Public domain is materials that anybody can use for pretty much anything they want to. You can find public domain books, videos, audio, radio recordings, adverts, newspapers, magazines, and so on and so forth. Public domain is a very, very unique concept for you, the internet marketer. You see, public domain isn't only, really, really old stuff, black and white movies, very old books written in archaic language. Public domain's often more modern stuff as well. Did you know, for example, that pretty much every government in the world produces tons and tons of public domain material every single day that you can use? You can create websites from it, you can create books, you can create videos, you can create training programs, you can pretty much do what you like with it, and it's being created for you by world-class experts. So there's many, many modern works that you can use. Think about many scripts and pieces of software. They're published under a license that allows other people to distribute them, change them, and update them. There's many pieces of software that have been based on earlier versions of publicly available software. For example, there's a piece of software called by Boonex called Dolphin, which is for social networking sites, and that is based on a previous version that was released into the public domain. So there's many, many opportunities like that as well, to take a public domain piece of software, add bells and whistles to it, make it even better, and then you have a product you could sell. As an internet marketer, public domain materials are extremely profitable. You can get so much from this, and it's free. You may be struggling getting writers, getting people to give you decent quality articles, but you can go onto many of these public domain sites and you can find high quality, really, really good information that's written for you by world-class experts in top-notch, perfect English that's free. Absolutely free. Won't cost you a penny to access. So you can see this is really, really something you want to be considering to use. There are a lot of people who very quietly make a lot of money from public domain materials. Now, there are those that are not so quiet about it. Walt Disney, for example. Did you know that many of Walt Disney's books and movies are based on public domain books? Snow White, Cinderella, many of these are public domain, which means anybody can go and make a version of Snow White, and there is nothing that Walt Disney can do about it. Now, what the story of Snow White is in the public domain, so it can't be copyrighted, but Walt Disney's version of it can be copyrighted. So you do need to realise that not everything that's based on a public domain material is in the public domain. For example, Think and Grow Rich, very well known book, it's in the public domain. You may not know that. However, if I produce a version of it and I change it, it's no longer in the public domain. It's my copy and I can copyright it. So you need to make sure that you get hold of an original version that is actually in the public domain. You too could join the ranks of people who are earning pretty much as they want to from public domain materials. Now, this course is going to be a really good introduction and investigation into public domain. What I'm going to do in this course is show you how to identify if something is public domain or not. That's very, very important. Try and publish something that isn't in the public domain, you could end up with a lawsuit on your hands, which obviously will not be pleasant. You're going to understand exactly what is public domain. Again, very important that you understand these concepts. You're going to discover some of the uses for public domain works as well, how you can use them to make money. Now, you may think, well, yeah, NASA's got a database of millions of pictures. What's the point? Well, there is a point, and a very profitable point. We're going to talk about that throughout this course. So you're going to understand how to use all these sites to make money. You're going to see, and I'm actually physically going to show you places where you can find public domain books, video, audio, photos, reports, and much, much more. So I'm really going to show you actually where to find these. I'm not going to tell you, oh, go off and Google it. No, that's not the right way. I'm actually going to show you sites, and these are probably sites you don't know about, where you can make a fortune from any one of these sites. All you got to do is be creative. I'm going to show you how to use all of this free material and really, create a stunning business online. You can be earning, 5 and 6 figures from public domain materials. The potential is huge. And what I'm also going to share with you in this course is I'm going to share with you a source of brand new public domain materials that's being produced for you every single day, and how you can access that. So you may want to get a pen and paper, you may want to fire up your internet browser ready to see all these websites. It's up to you, but we're going to cover a lot of information, so be prepared. Public domain isn't difficult if you think about it and you're logical. Now, we're going to talk about this, and in the next video we're going to start explaining what is in the public domain and what isn't, so you can understand what you can and can't use.